Good morning from Blackpool, where I'm here for a behind-the-scenes tour at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which I'm really excited for. They originally did these in March, they've brought them back in November, changed them up a little bit. I've tried to stay as spoiler-free as possible as to what's involved, but that hasn't really worked. But I'm not going to jinx anything and say what I'm going to be doing in case they obviously have changed it up. It's the first behind the scenes tour where this thing behind me has gone vertical. You can't actually see the ride at the minute, but you can see a crane which is on site, so that's interesting. So yeah, hopefully they still take them fences down, or maybe they decide not to because the ride's vertical now and you have to come on Saturday to that event. But oh no, I'm really excited to do this tour, see parts of the park that I know about and have seen on like videos and stuff, but never in person. And yeah, just get to see other areas of the park, get a tour. It costs £55 to do. I've not heard a single bad thing about this, so yeah, very exciting. So gonna head across the road, have some breakfast in WG Beans because I'm early, and yeah, head on this tour. Very excited. Alright then, got me cup of tea, just had a bacon balm, or bap as they call it at Pleasure Beach, up for debate, but recommend it, good place for breakfast. We met outside the shop, we've now been brought through to here, Noah's Ark's here, bumped into some fans, which is nice, probably get them in the video in a bit, but yeah, I need to finish this before we go and park, but yeah, it's a nice cup of tea. First stop, Loki's Bar, where I imagine we get a safety briefing on all that stuff, on the telly as well.
But then you've also got rides where those rides are no longer with us and that we've moved on. And amusement parks should always continue to adapt and change. I know it's hard for some people, but we're in that business. And if you look at the history of Pleasure Beach, it's changed constantly throughout. It's next year we're celebrating 130 years being open, which is great. And then we put in PlayStation because obviously we started doing these tours this year, and PlayStation, which has had its identity crisis over the last few years, has been a number of different name changes. A bit of a tour of this building because this building's actually a lot bigger than you think it is, and a lot of the stuff that relates to the cableway is still in here because it's very heavy and very expensive and so to remove, but it's also interesting if you're into knowing a bit of history about the park. We like our one because it's special, because it's slotted in perfectly between two existing rides, and you've got to remember that to the general public it's a massive roller coaster where your legs dangle, whether it goes upside down loads of times, and so that's how the general public view that ride. First up for us is going to be the Derby Racer, behind the scenes of it, and then we'll be doing flying machines. Quite a big group, so one half of us is doing flying machines now and the other half is doing Derby Racer. A bit like the Launchpad event earlier this year, where half of us walked through Nick Street and half of us went through Space Invader. Oh no, half of us went to ride Launchpad. Half of us did the behind the scenes bit of it.
It opened in 1959. We've got 56 horses, so we can have 112 people on at any time. Bit of a people eater ride, which is good. It goes anti-clockwise. Does anybody know why? Want to take a guess? No? So all carousels in the UK actually go clockwise. Because this is an American brand, it goes anti-clockwise. We like to be different. It's one of only 3 of these rides left in the entire world. Anyone know where the others are?
Cedar Point and somewhere else in America. I forgot the name of the park.
And Playland in New York. So we are one of the last 3. We are going to go underneath. So I'm just going to pre-warn you, it is quite oily down there. It is an operative ride at the moment. It is our last day of the weekend. But so it might have some oil, so just be careful what you touch, where you stand, where you lean, all right? Anyone want to take a guess how fast it goes? Have you ridden the ride?
Yeah.
We all have, yeah. Obviously it feels a lot faster on the outside. Any ideas? How many miles per hour?
35 miles per hour.
Oh, not far off. It is 25 miles an hour. Feels a lot faster when you sat on that outside. But we are going to go underneath. Are we good? Yeah, let's go. They are from another ride here at the Pleasure Beach.
I know about
the original steeplechase horses, they are, yeah. And we're better to have them on show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the musical.
I only know that because of Coaster Dad.
Come in. So this is where the magic happens if we have a poorly horse. This is our vet. This is where they come to be looked after. Alright, so again, please be very careful. It's quite oily, so we are going to go and venture down into the unknown.
We're going underneath the Derby races. Very excited to see this. Wow.
However, the only access point to the inside of this ride for the engineers is that little square just there. So you can take as many photos and videos as you like it down here.
Here we go, geek shot. Looks like they have a spare or old wheels down there. There we go.
The rotator is the one main motor that gives it rises motion. Don't know if anyone remembers a couple of years ago we had a Derby race of fire. Just behind there you can see where it originated from. Everyone responded really well actually. The fire brigade were here really quickly. And it was dealt with straight away, and we were open again a couple of days later. You can still see just around this side.
It's all greasy, isn't it?
So it's here where that fire happened. Nice that they're being all transparent about that. Yeah, these are massive, aren't they?
Huge,
wow.
Huge.
Oh, something there. Yeah, wow. That looks like something loose. I don't know whether it is though. Wow. And there's a sink. This is great. You can just see how it goes up and down as well, the horses.
Now this ride did used to go forwards and backwards and up and down at the same time. Obviously it is a really old ride and it just became too problematic to keep that motion going forwards and backwards. So they just decided obviously, you know, we'll just keep it going up and down. So that is just through there. I mean, you never know when you used to come. It's all still there.
There's actually bumps there as well. That's a good shot.
This one, anyone want to take a guess where this one leads to?
Somewhere near Nash,
So
wouldn't it?
bear in mind we're built on a beach.
Oh. The sea.
It literally goes to the sea.
Really?
Obviously it is all blocked off when the tide comes in, we don't all get swept away. But yeah, that one just goes to the sea. It doesn't go anywhere exciting. We did tell our very first ever tour that it led to the tower. And actually, believe me, I put it in their vlog. So yeah, never trust a scouser.
Not falling
That one
victim to
actually
that.
just goes to the sea.
There we go.
Like I say, we try and keep as many spares of things down here as we can.
Next time you're on Derby Racer, this is what you're on top of.
See how old it is? Obviously, when you go over to the drive, that will be in motion while you're underneath. However, that doesn't use as much oil as this one. We're going to try and get it to go round while we've done these tours, but the oil literally just flies everywhere. Oh, does it? Yeah. These will all go upstairs and they'll be put right across the front of the Derby Racer to obviously over the winter period.
Like the covers.
Stop everything coming in, yeah.
There we go.
Then the horses get taken off and they just stay on the ride.
Good question.
Yeah, so the majority of them do get taken off.
Oh,
You
do
know,
they?
lick of paint and
Yeah.
if there's been any defects or anything, then you'll sort them out.
Yeah. Wow. Well away, aren't they?
Right guys, we are going to swap with Andy. You are going to go to the fly machine.
There we go, done the full lap.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very cool. Time for flying machines. Not literally. Oh, here we go.
So we opened in 1904, and you can really see in that picture when it hasn't moved position, so it's still in the same place. So it's literally built on the sand. If you have a look over there, you can see some of that sand. We're still on the foundations. I know it's not lovely white sand, but it's sand nonetheless.
Well, neither is the real beach, to be fair.
I mean, we are literally built on what was originally the beach, and that does cause us some problems sometimes, particularly when we're building new rides. Because it means that our foundations have to be that much more deeper, and it's a lot more time consuming to build stuff. So, for example, when we built Icon, we did the foundations the year before we actually installed the rest of the ride track and ride system, and that was to get all the piling right for it. But on Aviktas, just to give you an idea, it's a bit more straightforward because it's basically four big foundations under the pad that we've got there. And in that case, the foundations have had to go down 20 metres because of how we're situated. So that gives you an idea. Anyway, back to this ride. So Sahara Maxim, who's a Serb, he's also technically an American. He's a complicated guy. If you Google him, he's got a really interesting history. He's an inventor, prolific inventor. He invented things like the mousetrap, for example, but then he primarily had these rides, oddly, you got to remember the time frame this was in, to fund his machine gun business. So he invented a first portable machine gun, and he used these rides in order to sustain that business. This wasn't the first one. There was one at Earl's Court in London first, and it's quite difficult to find pictures of it, but if you do, you'll see that it's a more sort of compact version. And instead of having boats, or now rockets, it had enclosed fish capsules with little windows in it. Anyway, because of the success of that one, he looked for some more sites, and he came up north. And Blackpool was one of them, but there was also one of these in Southport and New Brighton as well. And for the first few years, he used to pay Pleasure Beach £700 a year in order to have this ride situated there. And it's only sort of after that, a few years after that, it suddenly became part of the actual Pleasure Beach and the ownership of the Pleasure Beach. Do you want to press go? Yeah. I made that sound really technical. So the ride runs off electric motors. It's always run off electric motors. Blackpool is one of the first places that had electric outside of London, primarily because of the illuminations. You can also see that we have these two motors turning now. This one on this side, because we're actually running the ride off half sort of capacity, although when you're on the ride you wouldn't actually notice that. And that's because we're doing some work to it. As you can see, this one's actually lifted up. But the two drive motors turn those wheels that via the ropes turn this beautiful big Victorian piece of engineering that in turn turns those cogs that turn the centre column, which make the ride work. Now the ropes themselves, the original set of ropes lasted for 50 years. We now have to change them every 3 to 6 years. They don't make ropes in the way that they used to. And the operator used to have a bit more control over the ride. So behind you, that red thing there, it's very similar actually to a Blackpool tram, but that used to be the control system for the ride, so the thing with the handle on it there. So the ride operators actually speed up and slow down the ride. That's actually not a good thing if you think about it. So nowadays they just press a button and it goes through the ride cycle. There's no brakes on the ride. All that happens is that the power gets cut to the ride and then all the boats come back down to the parking position, which is good because if you can imagine, you wouldn't really want an abrupt stop on the ride. From
from my perspective as an operator, this is a great ride because it's near the front of the park. Each ride cycle can hold 80 people, so it's what I call a people eater. So this and the Derby Racer that you've just seen really can mop up lots of people as they come into the park and get through. Now I don't think they were really thinking about throughput in that way 100 years ago. They would have been in terms of money, because it would have been pay per ride, but certainly they're a high capacity ride. What we're going to do is we're going to take a walk down to the other end, and there's a really great photo spot next to a sign, so I'm happy to take a photo of each of you there if you want to. All right?
Yes, please. Oh, so this is a storage plate for the seafood place outside as well.
And also,
Madame
you've got to remember,
Crevettes.
it was supposed to simulate flights for people, and at that time it would have been like riding a ride like Icon, because people had no point of reference for it. So, and still today, the fact that people still queue up today and want to ride it, to me, as a sign that it's still a good ride.
Yeah, it's my favourite. I love
How
it.
is it?
Yeah.
Is that an old piece of dipper wood or something?
Speed, guys. All right, that sound. You come with me.
Go on, mate.
Oh, thank you very much.
If anyone wants a photo stood here, then happy to do it.
Absolutely. So a couple of years ago, if you remember, this was all covered. And then I think it was for the 125th in 2021, they put this window here so you could actually see it from the shop, which is really cool. So yeah, I've been looking through that window for years and now I'm finally in this room. Amazing.
Of spare parts, and we do that deliberately because on rides like this, on historic rides, it's not like you can just phone up the manufacturer and say, oh, we need one of these. They don't exist. So, and if you had to manufacture parts from scratch, these days you're looking at 10 months. So you can literally say that cog on just beyond the red cog there, say we had a problem with that and needed to replace it. If we didn't have a spare, then that would be the ride out for the season, okay? So we carry an awful lot of spare. I don't know whether you saw some bits and pieces when you were underneath the Derby race, because it's a similar kind of setup there. When we go back past there, if you poke your head round the corner, you'll see one of those cogs sat on the floor there, and that's just so that we've got one just in case, all right? So.
All painted up well as well, isn't it? There we go. Oh, I was meant to get a picture this time, but there we go. Got it in the vlog. Let's see the cog. Oh, there we go. We're allowed round the corner. Oh god, yeah. It looks like it's slanted as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Wow. I feel like I shouldn't be in here. This is amazing. So there we go. I think it's the Ice Lounge, the one at North Park, but looks like they store some of the stuff and the prices in here in the closed season when they're shut. But yeah, that was really, really cool.
You're not thinking of uploading any
Thank you, Andy. 10 months this would be out for if something went wrong and they didn't have that spare part.
And particularly our wardrobe. So this is one bit where it is cameras and photos away, please, and that's primarily because we do business for other parks as well as our own. So when we get back to here at the end, then you're good again to film and take photos. You can just stop for this bit, that'd be appreciated.
We are going inside Alice in Wonderland. Into the maintenance bay. And I'll speak more about Stageworks later, because it's very interesting.
Lots of busy working on this one at the minute. Yeah. One of the cars, just watch the rails on the side, guys. Keep off the board, just keep to the side, you'll be fine. That's why the double doors open.
Straight into Alice. You've got to be very careful here. Oh wow. Yeah, definitely be careful in here. Theming. There's Alice herself. Still got the smelly stuff in
That's the one.
when it's closed. Still smells nice. There we go. All little bits. You probably can't even see this when you're on the ride because it's all low down here. If you know where to look, you'll see it. There we go. This is awesome.
Obviously, guys, when you come up onto the track, just watch the orange track in the middle for me, please.
Yes,
Hey,
you're all right. Wow.
I mean, the flowers.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, Upsies.
Alright. Watch your heads, guys, on all of these, alright?
I don't know if that's me.
Wow. The dinner party. Some of the cars do get stored inside the building when the ride's shut. There we go. You can't see it because it's black and it's dark in here. All hand painted stuff as well.
We did this a couple of, was it 2 winters ago?
Oh, it wasn't
We
long ago, was
actually
it?
Redid the paint shop, redid the whole of the inside of it.
Yeah.
So
Wow, yeah.
Still looks fresh.
Quite a while.
it's a big job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it?
This is where the bells ring.
Brilliant.
Got Humpty for you.
Humpty Dumpty. Yeah. Not going to
Doesn't
fall
end
off.
well.
No. No, yeah, if we just turn this corner. Oh no. Well, goodbye to Humpty Dumpty and through a staff-only tunnel. Here we go. Oh, thank you. And that, I'm guessing, takes you out to where the queue line is.
Yeah. Oh. Quite a time ago. Trauma Tower, isn't it? It's a long time ago.
Alright. Oh, we're in Nash.
Yeah, I had
Just watch these bits of the track for this.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an old tram track or
So this
something?
can move over.
Oh, yeah.
Just watch the track parts there, guys. I don't want anyone to trip.
The smooth wooden roller coaster itself.
So just watch the track on the floor there, guys, when you come in here. Through into one of the maintenance bays for the Grand National. You probably see that we have got upholstery is quite a big thing when it comes to wooden coasters. It's more of a thing than you might think. And we actually have a member of staff specifically dedicated to that, and that's their full-time job that they do all year round for our wooden coasters. And then we can obviously have a train, or we can even have 2 trains here if we wanted to, because you can see that it can move over. And so on. We do still have 4 trains for the Grand National. We can run 4 trains if we want to. One of the reasons that we don't currently is because it's with the braking system and so on that's in place. This is our only wooden coaster now which is automated in terms of the braking. All the others still rely on the old system of someone pulling a lever at the same time. But because of the block section, the heel wax is a block and so on, and the way that we operate the ride to modern standards, it actually makes very little difference to the throughput if we're running 4 trains or whether we're running 2 trains. It works out something like 4 trains an hour, so that's generally why we run 2 trains on this ride now rather than 4. Although we could still run 4 if we wanted to. Okay. A good thing about this, and you'll get a bit of a comparison with a modern maintenance bay shortly. You can see that this has obviously been shoehorned in to make the best use of space. In the winter with the wooden coasters, we take the coasters off and they go back to, so the maintenance sheds for engineering is actually behind Valhalla, and so they all end up going back there. In the case of the Grand National, it's not as difficult as, say, the Big Dipper. You'll see how we do it with the Big Dipper when we go over there, and the good old Peely Express comes into play in a way that you might not imagine. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut through here. Now we are going to cross the track, and there's a big step up. Can you please cross the track where it's marked? We'll show you because there's sensors and so on. Obviously the ride's due to open on Saturday, hopefully. And we're going to have, because there's quite a few of you, we'll do a little chain, but we're going to go through the console box so you can see what the console looks like to the operator when they're operating the ride, all right?
Yes.
Watch your head as you come through here, guys, and then watch your step for me.
Well, you start off then, isn't it?
So you can cross here, guys.
All right.
There you go, in to see that.
Oh, perfect.
Okay?
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah?
I am now. I'm in here. This is cool.
Yeah, so it's just a little box that they have. And
Do they have to press both at the same
yeah, so
time?
basically
Yeah.
it's like a dual dispatch like some of the rides. So obviously these two lights will flash. When these two lights flash, it just means that these trains are ready to go and the guys
Yeah.
got the fingers on them. If they let go of the fingers, then these won't go anywhere. It's just like a dual dispatch. So
Yeah.
they've got to hold it until the trains go past to a certain point, and you hear the psh. That means that they can let go of it. So it's all dual dispatch, so you can't just send it out.
That's not the speaker where that alarm comes from every train, is it? That'd be really
No, it's
loud.
on the platform. Speakers on the platform.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's
Go
good.
through that way, then everybody else can come in.
I see they
Alright.
haven't replaced this thing in years.
No, you don't need to.
There are all the signs for the time cards.
It still works. And stuff.
Oh, behind the scenes of the smooth wooden roller coaster.
So this is where you started. Oh, there's a car.
Yeah.
The car.
I don't know where we're meant to go from here, so... Oh, yes, they've took the fences down. We're going to get a clear view into the Aviktas site,
That's why there's a big massive.
where work is taking place as well.
What colour is it going to be eventually?
That colour.
Is it?
Yeah.
Does it be all green like the snake?
It's not, no, it's going to be that colour.
Oh. So what is it? Grey and
Grey and goldy.
Grey and goldy.
And
So
there's
a
gonna be
bit like
greeny
icon.
accent.
A bit iconic.
A bit icon, yeah.
Are they already doing the electrical stuff up there today?
They've started now, yeah. Now that the main install of the,
It's moving so quick.
yeah, I mean, it was literally wasn't there, and then it was.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't, and then it was.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Just curious, is there any plans for where the old Wild Mouse used to be?
Intermin Zack
At the
Spin.
moment, we use it as an entertainment space.
But-
So we've got plans for other areas of the park.
Here it is. This is a clear view. I think this joke's probably been made before, but we have been told not to go on site. But yeah, it's a working construction site, and yeah, wow. Old Panto branded there, because this is all fenced off and they've just removed this bit so we can have a clear view in, and yeah. Yeah, we're literally beside a live construction site for Aviktas here. Still missing its seats and its gondola obviously, but it looks like they've started doing some of the electrical stuff up there today. So, yeah. I don't know what that, I'm going to ask Andy what that thing is that's sticking out. Right, I'm going to have to go all the way around because I don't think they want us on this bit either. But, yeah, there we go, that's the construction site. Yeah, as I said in the intro, like, I was looking forward to seeing the site without the fences, but I wasn't putting my heart on it because yeah, they don't have to take the fences down. But yeah, that was amazing. Big look into the site. And yeah, there's people up there now working on it, doing what they need to do. Electrical stuff, I imagine. Someone, it wasn't me, ask when it's going to open. Andy said spring, as always. So yeah, it'll be around May time. On to Infusion. I think some of this will not be able to film, and some of it we will. But yeah, again, we've been split into quarters. Like, yeah. So half have gone to Icon, and then half of Infusion guys are over there, and the other half are over here. but we may or may not be climbing this. Now up to Infusion. And yeah, we're allowed to film up to halfway because they don't want any like sky shots of Aviktas going out there, which is obviously fair enough. So yeah, we're gonna get to see it. So yeah, we're probably around halfway through this tour. If you can, book it on. If they bring it back in March, book onto it. If you can, of course. But yeah, I need to stop looking at my camera and actually taking this view. But wow, I'll probably film on the way up and then maybe take some photos on the way down. Interesting fact as well, you may notice none of us have got harnesses on. That's because these are nice and high on both sides. Yeah, there we go. Got some pictures taken. That's a really good shot, that is.
Oh, it's a little bit windy.
Yeah, could be worse. It's better than forecast. Further up, this is all we're going to get of Aviktas on camera.
You can film up to here, alright?
Alrighty. Well, there we go, that's slightly elevated from what I've just taken. I suppose you wouldn't be able to reach the track from there, I'll not even try. The support. That was absolutely awesome walking up there. Yeah, that was new for these November tours as well. In March they did Revolution, which would have been awesome in itself, but not to flex. I've already walked around there where they took you in March because I had an evac off there. It must have been about 2018, long time ago now. So yeah, I've never walked up Infusion. I have now. And yeah. Oh, that was an awesome experience. Good views as well. Another bit of the park I've never set foot in before then. Through this little door.
Okay, so just watch the way you're walking, guys, okay? Obviously, we'll just come over this bit over here and we'll have a chat when we're down here, guys, yeah?
Wonderful.
We got, I think, 7 the other day, 2 for car keys.
You don't want a Hyperia?
Hyperia hat.
But what we all do, like...
Someone come get your Hyperia hat. It's a bit dirty, like.
So what we do in the week, we kind of go around and have a tidy up and see what we can get out of there.
That's funny.
What do you have to do though? Put it in lost property?
Yeah, we send them directly into guest services.
Has anyone ever come back for them?
No, but we post the stuff back to them as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
obviously we do get a lot of things as well.
Get writing in about your Hyperia hat. Something there, not sure what it's for.
That side.
Onto the PP track. Even the staff are tripping up. Oh. Wow, that is a big step.
Thank you.
Under the Dipper, the other smooth wooden roller coaster.
Obviously you'll see, I don't know if you've ever been on the Big Dipper tours or anything like that, but obviously we're going to walk down this way towards the maintenance bay of Infusion. Obviously this PB Express track that comes all the way around. So the corner here of the Big Dipper, you see the metal frames. Does anybody know what the metal frames are for? You know,
No
I mentioned
idea.
earlier in the presentation when I said about Big Dipper trains coming off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we take the Big Dipper trains off. Where
Well,
do you
that's
think we'd be able
interesting.
to take them off?
On the train.
PBX train. So obviously we've got 3 different trains. Okay, so we use one of them, it's got a tailgate on the back. It comes in, parks there, we can actually put it on the back. And we can take it all the way back round. So that's how we get the Dipper train.
It's handy, that train.
We use a PB Express.
You used it for Icon as well, didn't you, back when it were being built? I remember that. I remember it being closed in 2018 while weekends a lot. For very good reason.
Yeah, guys, just watch where you're walking because of the storm.
Yeah. Well, this is very cool. Just imagine them lifting the trains off there.
They just stop there, they come off, come down here onto the PB Express.
Yeah. Can they just stand under there to like deattach the wheels or whatever before they lift it off?
Yeah, they'll do all
Kind
that
of
then
thing, yeah.
before it comes off, and then obviously they'll just kind of crane it off and then off.
Oh. Interesting.
Probably when she's 4 what we do.
And that'll be happening this time next week.
Well, we've already took the one off.
Yeah. Early maintenance.
It's got to be done, hasn't it?
Of course. Such a short turnaround. Oh, is this for Infusion's trains by any chance? We might be going in the Infusion maintenance. Oh, fantastic.
Again, just be very careful on the stairs for it, guys.
Never realised it's support there. Look at that.
I know. Good
If
shape.
you're shorty like me, you'll be fine.
Oh,
Just don't go to the very end for me, yeah?
no problem.
Yeah, just walk
Oh,
for me, but
is it
don't
free
go
roam
to the very
apart from the very end?
end. Yeah, you can walk down there.
Oh.
Just don't go too far.
Wow.
Yeah, so big open space where the train goes. And then just watch out guys and just don't go right to the very end for me. Just don't
I can't believe this. I don't think it's too oily in the maintenance bit. I don't know how far we can go really.
We can bring it into it, comes backwards from the station. So if you've ever seen it go out the station backwards, it's
Yeah.
when it comes here because the transfer track changes and it comes straight into it. Like the previous
And there's
batch.
videos of that on the channel, so check it out. Shameless plug.
This is when they do all the repairs, this is where they'll do like the weeklies and stuff that they do on the train.
Oh, there's a wheel there.
So if obviously only see one train on sometimes because the one will be in here.
Get it in the shop.
We just don't want to get repaired or whatever it needs to be done. So this is where it is. So when you said about all your workshops, obviously very different to National, Alice, Infusion, and then when you go to Icon, you'll see the difference. But you've got to make space and make time with what you've got. And like I said,
All these.
yeah, time moves on and that. Like I said, you know, there's stuff everywhere where they need to do things. It's actually quite tidy, to be fair. The boys have left it quite tidy, which is good. But
This.
yeah, obviously this is where the train goes and this is where they work on it. So
Yeah.
that's the little maintenance bay of Infusion. Well, we can have a look around now, haven't we?
Very good. Get it in the shop.
Oh, you're thirsty?
Got a kettle as well.
You've only got the Icon next anyway.
I imagine there's loads of stuff under here as well. And they look more like Nash wheels. I'll not touch anything, but yeah. All sorts of cool stuff. There we go, right underneath. And I'm guessing this gets put on here in the close season, maybe?
When you're ready, guys, we'll go back this way. We'll go to the station.
Very cool.
Downstairs.
Let's just get that one last geek shot before we go. Transfer track POV. So by the sounds of it then, low rope, this is the route you take if you get evac'd off the brake run for Infusion. Because there's a bit of a gap and no actual catwalk between that and the station, you'll come down here and go to the station this way. So we have just had our Infusion evac and we're going to go through. Yeah, there's the brake run above us. That's a journey to hell, jump scare that.
Yeah, no, this is obviously some of the stanchions and stuff were already here that we had. And so the other stuff as well we've put in for the Infusion. The walkways and things. Because this one for us for the walkways, as you can probably see, is the water's very low, so it's very good for us at the minute. Because we can go in and get what we need to get. Because we can walk down here now and walk across there. If the water was high enough, we'd have to have waders on.
Yeah.
So we can still walk across these walkways and get to where the sheep dip is here, but we'd have to wear waders.
This is absolutely awesome. Just a big bit of wood there, big box of wood. Never thought I would walk here. Well, next time you go on Infusion, pray for an evac because this is awesome.
I didn't realise what fiberglass though.
And just got a really good picture of the big one's first drop. Bit of a. Oh wow, this is no sign.
Yeah, backup generators, compressors.
There we go. There we go, evac complete.
Around the train, it's locked off anyway, so you're alright.
Oh, there's a geek showing it. There we go.
There you've got your smaller one there.
Yeah.
You can see in there as well.
That's awesome. Don't think I've ever noticed them buttons before. There we go. There's Infusion. Just a sneak peek of one of the updates that'll come up in the closing day vlog. I moaned about this painting the other week. Well, it was just an underlayer and nice and blue again now. So yeah, just thought I'd get that in there. But yeah, this tour is above and beyond, literally. We're going to Icon now. This is awesome. Shutters are down, but the doors are open for Enzo. They've kept the lights on for us, but yeah, this is really cool. I can't wait to go in this side. Front row. Why is no one going mid-train?
They are doing some work in the back, so there will be a lot of banging going on, but you'll see a lot more of that in a minute in more detail. But yeah, so welcome to Icon. This ride was built in 2018. It's obviously a Mack ride coaster, and it's very special to me specifically because I work on this side of the park. I'm part of South Park, along with Leanne, who you've just seen outside. She's the manager of South Park, I'm the supervisor of South Park. And we look after and operate all the rides which are on this side of the bridge at Watson Road Tunnel. So I remember this ride coming into play. I mean, I wasn't actually on rides at that point. I was working at Burger King. I was too young to be on rides. But I remember this ride opening in 2018. And I'm sure many of you guys also remember it opening. When we were picking a ride, we knew that we wanted a launch roller coaster. Sorry, we wanted the launch roller coaster in 2018 when we wanted the ride. And double launch roller coasters at the time were a trendy thing, and we decided that we were going to go try and get a double launch roller coaster. When we figured out that the space which the old Tom Sawyer Bridge occupied no longer occupies, we could fit a roller coaster in there. And the fact that we could build underneath the big one supports, it opened up a whole new world for us, and a lot more space than what we could imagine. And that's when we decided that we will launch through and go underneath the big one supports and then come back through the big one supports and then launch back up and have the second half of the ride. And then when we were designing the ride as well, a big part, like Andy briefly mentioned in the presentation at the start, we do have established relationships with different ride manufacturers. A big one for us was Arrow. Obviously, they are no longer running, so unfortunately, we can go to our favourites. But yeah, we also we do have a good established relationship with Mack. We do have another Mack roller coaster, which is the Avalanche, which is just right next to us. So that's a Mack bobsleigh coaster, and there's only very few amounts of them still operating till this day. And we also have another Mack ride, which is located in Nickelodeon Land, which is a prototype of its kind. Does anyone know what ride that is in Nickelodeon Land? It is SpongeBob Splash Bash, yeah. So that was a prototype of the Mack rides. And so we've got already a couple of rides from Mack. We decided to go with Mack. And one of the big things that when we decided who we wanted to go with as a ride manufacturer is firstly mainly the layout they can offer us. Although the layout can be achieved by different ride manufacturers, but the established relationship that we had with Mack already They are also a family-owned company, and they operate their own park as well in Germany, Europa Park. And we decided to go with them not just for that, because of the trains that they offered. One of the most expensive parts of a ride is the actual train vehicles themselves. They do cost a lot of money, as you can imagine. These cars are, I think the ones for Aviktas are 1.25 tons per car. There's a lot of machinery and a lot of mechanics that go into them. But it's not just the cost, but the ride experience itself. So if you've been on, I'm sure all of you have been on rides which go upside down, which have over-the-shoulder restraints, and they are like a Revolution, for example. They are very restrictive. They do squeeze you in, and they can be quite uncomfortable in certain elements of certain rides. What Mark offered was very unique in the fact that it was an over-the-shoulder in a technicality. It does still come over you, but it doesn't restrict your upper body, and it just rests on top of your thighs, and it just squeezes you in. And it's one of those reasons that we decided to go with Mark as well, was because of the trains that they offered and the ride experience that it offers. So the ride itself, we obviously added. If you've been coming on the ride since it launched, you'll notice that we have added seatbelts as the years have gone on. So it didn't actually open with seatbelts on at first, and then we decided that after we saw these seatbelts that I ride called Helix, if anyone's been on it, it's not in the UK. They were the first to introduce these seatbelts as a safety mechanism. So we decided that when we saw these seatbelts, we would like to give it a go as well, and we've stuck with it. It can slow down operation on occasion, but overall it's not made a massive impact, and it's just another peace of mind, basically, as a safety mechanism, and it makes it more comfortable for us and operators, that we know we're sending out a train and that nothing's going to happen to that restraint as it goes out. So we will always warm up the trains when it's been added to service, or if the trains are sat for more than 15 minutes, that's something we would do as well. We would warm up the trains just because the wheels wouldn't have been running, they would have got cold. So we will warm up the trains, and by warming up I mean we will launch the trains out and we will underspeed the trains on purpose. So we will send it out slower than what it would normally go out, and that would force it to roll back down the hill, the first top part hill. When that does roll back, all we do is we just reset it, we'll do it a few more times, so we do it normally 3 or 4 more times. It depends on how cold it is, how the weather is. We can do it as many times as we like until we're comfortable that we think it will make it round. Once we are comfortable that we think it will make it round, we will then send it and just let it go over the top, and then hope and pray it comes back. But yeah, it's very, very hard for this ride because the technology that it's got, it makes it impossible for us to get anything wrong. So it's very, 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 very rare that this ride will not make it back and dip and valley in one of the hills. If it's gone past the launch 2, it's almost impossible for it not to make it back, just because of the momentum that it carries. It will always have the speed to get back. When we are just deciding whether to run it or not, we always take it off the time it takes from going from the first launch to the second launch. So at that time, that's what we use as our target frame to decide whether it's going too slow or not. And that's also because we can't see that area as well, so that's the main reason we use that as well. But yeah, we'll go into the back and we'll have a look at the trains in a bit more detail, and you can see the trains a bit more. And we'll go underneath as well. There are mechanics down there, so they are human. Feel free to ask him questions. They can be robotic, but if you do ask him, so they'll be more than happy to answer. So we're going to cross through the train, so if you'd like to follow me and come through this way, guys, we're going to cross through the train.
So, forget air gates, we are going through this door, which is also usually a staff-only door. I have the stairs where they get up to the console. Thank you. Shot. man, this is going to be one of the highlights. Oh yeah, and it's nice and warm in here as well. And there's actually work taking place as well, apparently. Just, yeah, like, what the hell are they? Obviously part of an icon tree, but there we go, there's some of the mechanics. Time cards. Oh wow. Thank you. PPE. There we go. So, yeah. There we go. Doesn't that look amazing? Yeah. It is an actual hard, like, cap as well. In case you hit your head. So, cool. Like, that's interesting how it all, like, curves. Well, yeah, we're going to go down there soon, so that's cool. Time to go under. All little bits and pieces. It's like a drawing of the ride. Bump caps must be worn. Well, following that rule. And we're going to go underneath. Oh, it stinks of an icon tree. Wow. I mean, I'm guessing you can spin the... Oh, yeah. There we go. You can probably spin those as well. Not too dirty either. Like, they're alright. I mean, yeah. Fantastic. Obviously it's latched onto something else in this maintenance bay, so the like mechanics have full access to these wheels. The track doesn't look that thick, does it, when you look at it? But like all the wheels are touching the track at the same time, aren't they? So yeah, I mean, what do I say? That is very awesome. Very, very awesome. Spares here as well. There we go. So when these get put on, these can go in the shop. And now I've heard icon wheels are very heavy. So obviously I'm not gonna like, I wouldn't anyway, but yeah. Some side and up stock wheels as well. Oh, it's all in here. I mean, that looks like it might have been used. Hashtag get it in the shop. That's really, really cool. That must be a newish wheel, because I don't think I've seen a blue one on any of the trains. Not that I look at the wheels or anything. I'm obsessed with this, spinning the wheels. Hang on, what are these? They're not icon wheels. I don't know what they are. I may go and have to ask, because one thing about this tour as well, you can ask anything, and if they know, they will answer. It doesn't say on here, does it? They're Infusion wheels, they think. I mean, what does that say there? Can't tell.
So these are normally the ones which we don't have to really worry
about. Oh, they've got ornaments.
You can tire friction wheels, obviously, they're stopping you from lifting off the track left or right, and then your main running wheels, which are the ones which do get the most wear, which run on top of the track.
How many times do you need to change the wheels?
It really depends. They are checked every morning.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where they are quite reliable, our wheels. I think for a ride like Icon, the compounds are very good.
Yeah.
Big one, on the other hand, you're changing wheels every day pretty much.
Wow.
But for us, the mechanics will check it in the morning, so if they notice a wheel that needs changing, they'll change it.
Yeah.
But the operators are always looking out for stuff as well. So when you're on here, you get in tune with your rides, so you'll notice any small sound, any small, if it looks bumpy as it's going out, you notice it straight away. And we do have a lot of regular guests who will tell us as well, like, oh, that feels rough, and then we'll go on it ourselves just to make sure we're okay with it, and if it does need changing, we'll just stop using that until it gets changed. And thankfully for this ride, we can just take it off as quick as possible. It's literally a few minutes to remove a train on this ride.
Yeah.
Adding it can take a bit longer because we've obviously got that warm-up process that we have to do, but taking off a train literally takes seconds on this ride, thankfully. But yeah, we've had it a few times where an operator spotted a wheel that does need changing.
More spares.
You can, like I say, you can hear it, but you can also see it on this ride.
Yeah.
With the compound that it does have in the wheels, when it starts to go, depending on the heat as well, but it comes out like kind of spaghetti. If there's a chip on the wheel, it will just like spaghetti out, like the compound in it. So you'll notice it definitely as you go around. You feel it as well. You do feel it. I think you feel it on a ride like Big One a lot more than you would on Icon. It's quite smooth, the track itself.
Yeah.
Because of how the Big One track is as well. You do feel it a lot more in there. But like I say, so the silver bits here just above me now, they're the pickups which communicate the train to the console. That's what allows us to speak to the console on the train. It allows us to do everything, like I say. You can see what restraints are locked, what restraints are unlocked, and you'll be able to charge the train off there as well. So the trains do require charge, obviously to communicate to us, but also to turn on the train lights as well.
Oh yeah.
So if we wanted to, we could turn on a specific train's light. So if we only wanted train one's lights on, we could do that if we wanted. We would never do that though. We would always put all the train lights on. When they're in the back, obviously they're not being charged anyway, so if we flick them all on, it's only the trains which are out on the track. And you'll notice as well when we do turn the train lights on, when it's a dark night, they come on in increments. It's because each car is being charged individually. So car 4 may have more charge left over than last time, than car 1 would have. So car 4's lights might come on first, and it might take a couple of rounds for it to actually fully charge. And when we do turn the train lights on, if we do send the train off before it's fully charged, it does beep at us very angrily and says we're not charged yet.
Where the batteries held on the train?
It's when you go up, when you look back in it again, it's the cylinders which are at the back. I believe they're kept in there.
Okay.
For Enzo, it's slightly different. Enzo's kept in the front panel for Enzo, and all the electric stuff kept in there. And like I say, we've got a negative and a positive charge.
Drive tyres.
Speeding us up and slowing it down. So,
More spare wheels. Let's have a look at these. Plain bearings. Yeah, I mean, just being so up close. This is the first time being up close to an Icon wheel, because I don't think they've got to the point yet where they need to sell them off or whatever, because it's such a new ride. They are huge. All these parts in here. Obviously parts that we have no idea what they're for. We don't know what they are. Brake fins there. Just see somewhere on the floor. Yeah, they're magnets. Which obviously launched the ride, and yeah, just start here. It's the Immelman, and yeah, that's where the transfer track is, and obviously that all comes here, and the train reverses onto here. So yeah, this bit of the track's normal, and then it sort of just latches off. I mean, like, yeah, it's really thick, isn't it? Just, yeah, mad. And there's the train. There we go. Let's see if wide angle's any good at getting this in. I'm still obsessed with spinning these round.
Spin that smoothly, don't they?
I know, crazy. Because Icon is smooth. So yeah, if you complain about a Mac rattle, you can close the ride. What are you doing? Stop it. Because yeah, they might close the ride if someone says, oh, that was rough. So yeah. And obviously people are at work here. I've no idea what these parts are. I don't know. But yeah, mechanics asking questions as well, which is very good of them. Because yeah, one of the trains has been stripped down now. Obviously you've got the train in the station, and then this is the Enzo train as well. So that's all ready to go, but obviously they put one in the station, and when there is 3 trains on in the summer, one will be in here and the other will be here. but it's still going. Oh, love it. That's it then for the icon bit. One last time. Yeah, that's definitely a highlight. Just loads of parts lying all over the place, old and new. Oh, we're not going back the way we came. It's interesting. There we go. Hats off to icon. Where's this take us then? Hopefully, oh, I think I have an idea. Oh yes. Final turn. Oh, the dummies are here.
Use these at daily operation. We would only use these on what we call function testing. So whenever, every year, each ride will have something called function testing, and that's basically testing absolutely every single safety system which is on the ride down to its core, and we will make sure everything's working fine. And for that, we need the trains to be operating at the speed as what it would be if it had guests in it. Obviously, if we are sending trains empty, there is no weight in a train, so we put these in instead. And you'll see some of them are named. I believe it is from the people who from Mac.
75 kilos when that's full of water. Just one of them.
When we go up these stairs, guys, just watch your head on the bar.
Thank you. Where's this taking us? Oh, that's a good picture, isn't it? Back in public area. I've got a bad feeling that that's it. But amazing. Well, something that isn't actually advertised as part of these tours, food is included. So that is the end of the tour. We've been brought back to Loki's where it began. And yeah, we've got dinner. So you'll sign off what you want, basically, before the tour. And they'll have it ready for us. So yeah, just a cheese butty. Basic, really. That is the end of the tour then. Still not finished my cheese butty, and got a packet of crisp and drink with it as well. Like, it's mad that that's included. As I said earlier, there was some fans of the channel on this tour, which is amazing. And yeah, here they all are. So
big fan,
introduce
big fans.
yourselves.
I'm John from Nottingham, my wife Rachel from Nottingham, and we're great fans of the channel.
All right, and Katie, there we go. Have you enjoyed the tour?
Amazing
it
tour.
Is good, isn't it? Yeah.
And Andy's superb. Full respect for Andy.
Everyone who involved.
And his team, everyone involved, fully respectful.
Whole team. But yeah, thank you very much for your
support.
You.
Nice to meet you, and
It's
big
been nice
of the channel.
to spend a few hours with you.
Yeah, can't wait to watch the future videos from Blackpool.
Oh yeah. There we have it. And there we go then. That is the end of the behind the scenes tour at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This could be a very, very long outro because there's just so much to say. I wasn't going to outro in the car as well, but it's just so cold outside. I was just talking to those guys then and we were all shivering. But yeah, massive shout out to John, to Rachel, to Katie, and the mum as well, who were fans of the channel, who were on the tour. And yeah, we really appreciate that. It was lovely to spend the tour with yous and chat to you and whatnot. And yeah, just to have that recognition this morning. And it's now afternoon because yeah, the tour lasted about 3.5 hours all in all. And yeah, as I said, there's just so much I've got to say. It was amazing. Like, if you get the opportunity, if you can, when they release dates for this next year, again, which I'm sure they will because I think they've been a big success, just do it because, yeah, you won't regret it. It's worth the price. And just, I said on the way back from Infusion, like, it's completely above and beyond. Like, the whole, like, team involved in it. Like, it's a lot of the management from the park, basically. Like, Andy, Claire, Leanne, John. Lots, I don't know all the names and stuff, but yeah, just loads of ride managers and stuff.
that you see around the park when you're on park, just as a guest. Yeah, like, I'm not really the type to go and like speak to them, mither them and whatnot. But yeah, today, like, they've been really talkative and just open to questions. They're always checking if you're all right as well, which is just, as I said, above and beyond. You got the choice on whether to go up Infusion's lift hill, because obviously that's not going to be for everyone, the whole heights thing, and you know, it's windy up there. You know, they let some people go halfway and then turn back if they don't want to go all the way to the top. Constantly checking up on everybody, and yeah, it was amazing. And yeah, like, I'll say it, Katie, well done for making it to the top, because she was a bit nervous, but yeah, well done. I'll try and kind of go through it chronologically then. So it starts outside the shop, and then you get taken into Loki's, obviously, for the safety stuff. But yeah, great atmosphere, by the way, and it's just all welcoming. You did have a register as well. It was like being on a school trip. Like, have we got everybody? So yeah, that was funny. Yeah, then we went into Loki's, had to sign some terms and conditions and stuff. Then we got all the safety briefing, a bit of a history of the park as well, which, yeah, very, very interesting, obviously. We then got told that some dinner was involved. Or included, sorry. So yeah, we then obviously got a choice between 4 of the sandwiches, which I think they sell underneath the flying machines in one of the sandwich shops. I forgot what it's called now. And yeah, we literally got a full meal. I mean, I haven't finished because, yeah, at the end we was like, right, time's up. So yeah, still got my packet of crisp to eat. I got a drink with it as well. So yeah, a full meal from that place. I mean, you're talking at, you know, almost 10 quid for one of those, and it was included in the price of this tour. So yeah, massive big ups for that. Then the tour begins straight into an area of 2 areas of the park where you would never be able to go on a normal day. So under the Derby races and then under the flying machines. Incredible. So many facts as well. We did a whole lap of Derby racer before coming back upstairs, and then we kind of did a full lap of flying machines, but I don't think the walkway did the whole lap. So we went all the way around and then came back, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I'm still shivering. It's freezing. So that was that. Then there was a toilet break, yeah, by Alice before going into Alice. Again, amazing. Went through the maintenance shed, which you don't normally get to see. Sometimes the door's left open so you can have a quick sneaky look, but yeah, not really meant to see that on a normal park day. So yeah, incredible to see that. That led straight into a part of the ride, went past Humpty Dumpty, the dinner party and stuff. Again, incredible. The talking flowers as well. We then went through there into Grand National. Again, amazing to see, like, just to go in there, because you can see through a little gap on a normal park day, but yeah, you don't think it's that big, put it that way. So yeah, incredible. And then we got to go in the console as well to see that, which again, amazing. Then we got a nice clear view of Aviktas. Like, they took some of the fences down, as they have been doing throughout the whole tour. This has actually been the first behind the scenes tour since Aviktas has been erected, as I think I said in the intro. So yeah, very glad I held off a bit for it, really. And booked this particular day. I didn't know at the time that Aviktas would be erect for that, but yeah, cool. Then you go up, and then it's Infusion and Icon, isn't it? So we did Infusion first. We got a whole tour. Well, it was lift hill first, wasn't it, for us? As I said, they split us into smaller groups. I don't know how many was on. Must have been about 30 of us or something, if that. Like, a group was small enough. Oh, I forgot to mention, actually, and I didn't mention anything about this afterwards because I didn't really get the time. Stageworks, like, obviously you're not allowed to film in there because Stageworks do stuff for people all around the world, which people don't realise. Like, people probably think Stageworks is just hot ice when it isn't. it's like, yeah, hot ice takes up the majority of the bits you get to see, like so many costumes, and they say to keep absolutely everything. And then, yeah, when a costume's made on park for a show, whether it's used or not, it gets put in a catalogue, and then if someone wants to rent that out, they can do. So yeah, Stageworks must make a lot more money and must be a much bigger business than we all realise, when we just think it's hot ice and the panto that's on at the minute. So yeah, very cool to see. They let you walk through it all. Part of that was actually guided by Adam Slevin as well, who does all the Stageworks stuff and Pleasure Beach Studios. Worked on all the reimaginations of rides that have happened and that are still to happen, obviously with River Caves. So yeah, give us some facts about that. Mainly Stageworks, really. Like, all the lights have to get stripped down. On the last evening performance of Hot Ice, they literally take away the costumes after that scene has last been performed. So at the finale of Hot Ice, on the last performance, the only costume on site is the finale costume. And yeah, some of the costume changes are like 30 seconds, just little facts like that. It's honestly, like, it really makes you appreciate how it all works. Like, I don't know how they do it. It's just so non-stop. You know, so non-stop with work. You know, they make the costume. Well, first you have to sketch a costume, and then it takes a couple of days for someone very talented called Jo, who apparently was in, but we didn't get to see her. She'll then make these costumes, and then that's that. So yeah, Stageworks is a lot bigger than what you'd think it is. Just incredible to see all that, really, and all the facts about it. And everything was just so transparently said from, like, the management of the park. Like, obviously how they spoke about the fire on Derby racers and stuff. Like, some, like, parks might want to just move past, like, bad stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's happened. People know it's happened, and, like, they're willing to talk about it and how it was dealt with. Like, they got the ride back open literally, like, 2 days later because the fire brigade and all that responded well, and it was so well dealt with. Just, oh, it was so good. Another thing on transparency as well with the Grand National, like, they literally said, like, oh, we can run 4 trains if we wanted to, but it doesn't make enough of a difference to feel worth doing that. So yeah, again, just, like, a bit risky of them to say that in front of everyone who's like, why aren't you on 4 trains? But yeah, there's a reason behind it. It is what it is. But yeah, up the Nash. Big up the Smooth One roller coaster. I've remembered another shout out to give as well. I didn't manage to get him in the vlog because he had to shoot, but Airtime Rush, from a similar area to me. I can't believe it. Like, there's an enthusiast and content creator with theme parks that's from the same area as me. So yeah, amazing to speak to him. Go check out his video and channel. Saw him at the Inner Space event as well. So yeah, not the first time I've met him, but yeah, massive big up to him. So yeah, I think I made it to Infusion. So yeah, the lift hill walk, absolutely incredible, and he took us right to the top, so we were above the track where, like, the motor is, and he let us walk all the way around it. Great views, very cold up there, and obviously, like, you're using the metal to, like, guide yourself up there as well. So yeah, like, I've left my gloves at home. I mean, I probably wouldn't have had my gloves on anyway, with me sort of putting my phone in and out of my pocket to take pictures, my camera, this camera, you know. So yeah, I might not have had my gloves on at that point, but yeah, I'm missing them. And another thing as well, the staff were so kind in offering, like, photos, because there were a few of us that were on our own, really. And yeah, they just didn't mind taking photos of us. Like, they still changed the date of the Alice sign as well, like, even when the park's closed, which is pretty cool. So yeah, some had photos there, and they took a photo of me on the Infusion lift hill and underneath flying machines as well, in front of the sign, which was very, very cool. And yeah, it's just much appreciated, and as I said, above and beyond, like, stuff that they don't even, like, need to do, really. Like, constantly checking if we're alright, if we're enjoying ourselves. At the end, they were asking, did you enjoy it, feedback and whatnot. And yeah, this wasn't just Andy, by the way, this was everyone who was involved, all the staff during the tour. There were quite a few, as I said, members of the management, and yeah, they were all great, so talkative, so welcoming and transparent as well with your questions, and just even not the questions, just the stuff that they said. As I said, no one asked Andy about 4 trains on Nash, he just said it, like, same with the fire and stuff. So yeah, just, I could go on forever for how good this tour was. Then obviously continuing on with Infusion, we went on some of the Pleasure Beach Express track. Also went through the maintenance garage as well. Then like a special route from the maintenance garage to the station. Got a bit of free roam in the station. And yeah, it was just awesome to be able to walk around there freely. Places of the park that you don't get to see on when you're visiting. And then it was Icon, so we got a really long talk about Icon actually, in the decision process to actually build Icon, why they went with Mac, with the relationship, and why they wanted a double launch. Something that was really unexpected actually, they actually went into detail on why they decided to put seatbelts on the ride, and it actually wasn't like Mac. Like at the time we all thought like Mac had told them to put seatbelts on, but it was actually Helix, and they got inspired by that, and they just thought it was an extra like layer of peace of mind for the general public who probably don't think them restraints are safe because they're silly. But yeah, and they also said like it doesn't really add that much to the operation, and that was actually held by John, who does operate Icon and the big one as well, and I think recently it seems like he's been made like a manager of that area, which like big up to John if you're watching. A very nice guy, and he's worked on Icon and Big One for as long as I can remember, so yeah, massive big up. And his part of our tour was taken really, really well with that talk. Then obviously we go into the maintenance shed, which was amazing in 2 separate parts. So we were obviously on the station level, get to see the Enzo train. Then we go down, which was so cool, like, oh god, spinning them wheels was great. Just being able to see under an Icon train. There were mechanics working in there. Had my hard sun hat on, my bump cap I think they were called. Yeah, just being able to walk around there, and like we were there for so long as well, and John was stood there answering questions, the mechanics were answering questions as well whilst they're just doing their thing on one of the trains, and there were just parts everywhere, and it was just so cool to see. So that was that with Icon. Then we got to walk out of there round underneath the final turnaround into the station from the first brake run to the other brake run, if that makes sense, into the station by coasters. So that was cool as well, because obviously that's a part of the ride you see all the time, every time you go, but you never actually get to walk there. Saw the dummies as well. Some of them have the names of Mac employees on there who were involved with Icon, and they weigh 75 kilos when they're full of water. And Icon do actually do what Hyperia do, which has been spotted, where they take the tops off and just let the water filter out of it throughout the ride, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and that was it then. Like, we got to have dinner, which, as I said, like, didn't think that I'd be involved at all. Like, I was expecting to go up to Mackey's later, but don't need to do that now. So yeah, massive big up for that. And yeah, it was such a good atmosphere in there, like everyone talking about what they've just experienced and talking with the staff as well. As I said, they were collecting feedback. One more thing we got given in there, I can't believe I've almost forgotten this, one sec. Also included in this behind the scenes tour as a nice little keepsake is, you know I love my keepsakes, my free keepsakes, a behind the scenes postcard here. So yeah, that's got that on that side, and then this on the other side, just like the logo and obviously bits around the postcard. So yeah, that was, yeah, nice. I mean, I knew we was going to get them because I've obviously seen like pictures and stuff. Oh, that's really oily. And yeah, to add to my authentic ride parts collection, we have a bearing which is very oily, actually. From Infusion. So there was a choice. You could pick between an Infusion one and a one from one of the Woodies, and I picked the Infusion one. A, because, well, I don't have any Infusion parts. B, because I know that's from Infusion, whereas with the Woodies, they didn't specify which Woody it was actually used on, which, like, I want to know. And then C, like, we actually walked with Infusion as part of the tour, so it's on theme with the tour. But yeah, like, that is pretty awesome that this is included. Just, yeah, we've been spoiled, absolutely amazing tour, above and beyond, and I think I've summarised it pretty well there and pretty long. As I said earlier though, just if you get the opportunity to book onto one of these, do it. One thing I would like to say is that they need to do these on a weekend, because like people are at school and stuff, college, uni, they can't go to one of these because they're on a Wednesday, which like, it's frustrating. It is. So they are actually doing, because they've been so successful, they've added a tour on in December as well, 2 weeks worth. So I think this time next week and the week after they're also doing these tours. They're already sold out, I think. I checked last night, but yeah, they're already sold out. But it's pretty sick that like if you're on one of these next week, like you're going to get to see the park like in the closed season. I know the park's closed today and we've seen that, but it's still not in its closed season technically, because yeah, we've still got one more day left. But yeah, that is cool. But if you can do them on the Wednesdays in the closed season, surely you can do them on a Saturday in the closed season, just one or two, you know. So yeah, just a little, like, even when Nickelodeon Lands opens in February, like, if they could still run them tours, because you go nowhere near Nicklands, so that can be operating and the rest of the park can be closed or open for the behind the scenes tour. So just a bit of feedback on the availability of it. I know they've sold out anyway, being in the weekdays, but it's just to give other people the opportunity to do it, you know, who can't make it on a random Wednesday. But yeah, if you can make it, just do it, because yeah, you won't regret it. I think that's all there is to say then. Thank you to all the staff there for making that tour flipping amazing. Big up Pleasure Beach for putting these tours on. And yeah, they will be coming back in 2026, I reckon, because they've been a big success. So yeah, keep your eye out for them. And also a massive thank you to the people I spoke to, like the supporters of the channel, other people who run the tour as well. Yeah, obviously, like, I'm on my own today, so yeah, a bit nervous about that at first, but yeah, just like as soon as I walked around the corner from WG Beans, I was like, ran into someone who recognised me, which yeah, was pretty awesome, to be honest. So yeah, really appreciate the support from everyone as always. So, and it's always nice meeting those people who watch the channel. So yeah, feel free to come and say hello. I always say it. And that's it then. 10 out of 10, behind the scenes tour. Some of the best 3 hours I've had on park, and didn't even do a ride. So yeah, very interesting. I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the screen to see more. Stay tuned for closing day, one last day. And yeah, I'll see you then.